Hi everyone. So right now we'll take a look at Cornell. So Cornell is the largest Ivy League in the U.S. and right now they have about 12,000 undergrads versus an undergrad like Harvard where it's only 6,000 students. So Cornell does have the largest amount of undergrad in an Ivy League. So when you're looking at kind of like what if you're a good fit for the school, you always have to figure out kind of like a lot of research on what the school mission is and what their vision is. So, for example, for Cornell, their mission is learning, discovery, engagement. They are looking to educate the next global citizen, to promote culture of broad inquiry, as well as through public service, enhance the life and livelihoods of students, the people of New York, and others around the world. So those are things that are important for Cornell. So as you're looking at your activities and your essays, those are things to keep in mind. And then you're looking at the founding principle of Cornell. Cornell was founded by Ezra Cornell in 1868. And the founding principle is that finding an institution where any person can find instruction in any study. So Cornell does have a lot of major within Cornell itself. So we can take a look at that. So this is a list of Cornell's majors. And as you can tell, they do have a lot of majors. Probably one of the most diverse majors there are in an Ivy League, just because of the size of the school. To kind of look at how big Cornell is, we can take a look at their colleges and school. So they're divided into different colleges within Cornell itself. They have the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, the College of Architecture, Art and Planning, the College of Arts and Sciences, the Cornell Johnson's College of Business, where their School of Hotel Administration is in it, and they're the number one ranking hospitality major. They also have the College of Engineering, the College of Human Ecology, and the School of Industrial and Labor Relations. So those are the school within Cornell itself. Within your major, you really need to go deep into each school and figure out why you want to go to that major and why that school. Um, so let's take a look at CALS. CALS is the Cornell Agriculture and Life Sciences. If you look at the other Ivy Leagues, they really don't have a separate page for different school other than Penn. But then Cornell has this very detailed explanation about the different school that they have, and each school have their own website. So you really have to go deep into that school itself, not just Cornell, to figure out why you want to do that major at that school within Cornell. So if you look at these top categories, they have applied to CALS, so you can look at the requirements there. There's also the tuition fee. Why CALS will be very important. And in here, the student really need to go deep into the CALS program and why CALS is important. Then you can look at the academic experience at CALS. And at CALS, the curriculum right now, because Cornell is a liberal art education, most of Ivy Leagues are. So here you can take a look at the CALS curriculum. A third of the curriculum is within the major. Another third is within the CALS requirements, and that could be in the physical life sciences, social sciences and humanities, written and oral expressions. And then the final third, those are courses entirely up to you. So flexibility has been built into the curriculum, so you can be creative and take advantage of everything CALS and Cornell has to offer. So these are the things that you have to figure out. What other classes are you going to be taking inside CALS or inside Cornell that will help you figure out what you want to do in the future. So figuring out what you want to do in the future will be important first, and then trying to figure out what can Cornell do for you in terms of their classes, their curriculum, their activities. Cornell also has a big research program, so that's something that you have to take a look at what type of research program that they have. What I would suggest is to do some Googling about Cornell research, and if your major is within CALS, so Google Cornell CALS research, and they should have a lot of research programs that you can join. And sometimes like these research programs, depending on the school, it's easier to find out like what programs that they have. In this case, it's a bit tougher to figure out what programs that they have because it doesn't really show. What I would suggest though is to look at a professor that you want to take a research program with, depending on your major and what you want to do in the future. Here, I would Google for Cornell Biological Sciences faculty and find research project within the faculty. Taking a look at what is your major and what goals do you want to do in the future, and then clicking on the professor, figuring out what he has done, and mentioning a professor in this way will be good. So that's CALS. And if you look at the writing supplement for Cornell, each of the university, each of the school within the university has different questions. So within CALS, it's why are you drawn to studying the major you have selected? Discuss how your interest-related experiences have influenced your choice, and how will education from CALS and Cornell help you achieve the academic goals. And that's where you have to insert a lot of things from your research in terms of what have you done previously in the past, and also what do you want to do in the future at Cornell. And take a look at all the different questions too within arts and sciences. Describe 2 or 3 of your current intellectual interests and why they're exciting to you, and how will Cornell arts and sciences be the right environment. Engineering, Cornell celebrates innovative problem solving that helps people, communities, the world. Consider your ideas and aspiration and describe how Cornell engineering education would allow you to leverage technological problem solving to improve the world we live in. So these questions are different for different major. So make sure that you really know what the question is. And once you know the major, I would suggest to go inside the major itself and the school within Cornell. So this is an example of Cornell engineering. They have different admission process. They have different research, DENCALs. Taking a look at the programs that are available, especially within your major, will be very, very good. And if you look at ANS, they also have their own admission page. They have their own academic page as well. And if you look at ANS, the top 3 reasons why students chose Cornell ANS, it's the breadth of academic programs, the career prospect, and research opportunity. So you see how research is such a big part of Cornell. And if it's a research, then you go to under the research tab, and that's where you should find kind of like the different research program that they have and where you want to go into in terms of the programs. So that's Cornell. This is the hotel school, Johnson College of Business. And so you really have to dig deep into this and figuring out like what is so special about SHA. And so, yeah, so that's Cornell. Feel free to email me or ask me any questions, and I'll be glad to answer.